Howdy, Possum Patty here, and this is my new summer journal. Sandy toes and salty kisses. So, come on along. I was walking up the lane to go get my mail, and the neighbor's chickens were out scratching about in their compost pile. So I was in the mood to put a chicken page in my summer journal. And so I think I'll do maybe another double spread. And I was also in the mood to do some messy painting. So I'm going to put this aside. And I have these Liquitex soft body paints that I bought many years ago at a sidewalk clearance sale at AC Moore. And they have ridiculous prices on them, like this little jar of paint was $10 on sale for 2. And I bought a whole bunch of them. Regular price $12.99, on sale for 2. So I bought, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 or 18 of these. And it's been years and years and years, and I should probably use them up before they go too bad. So I'm going to pick out a couple of colors, and I'm thinking sort of red, orange, yellowish, brownish, bronzish, sort of, to go with chickens. Now these are chickens I had a very long time ago when my son was pretty young. And here he is collecting the eggs. And we had moved into a very old house that had a very old chicken coop. So we just went ahead and got some chickens, and there was our rooster. So I have some chicken picks. Oh, we had a duck, black duck. And I have, let's see, I have an envelope from a card. And it's got a couple of chickens poking out of the corner. And of course I have junk. This is the wrapping from when you buy a rotisserie chicken. And this one's from the Big Y grocery store. Super Bird. We got 2 of those. And I have some junk mail envelopes. So this is going to be a project. So I need to think about what I want to do. Oh, and I also have this old jelly plate that Rosa sent me. And I have some stencils. I have some feathers and some more feathers and some patterns. And I think that's it. That's all I pulled out. For the background of my chicken pages, I decided to do some jelly plate printing fun. And this is a jelly plate that Rosa had gifted me. It's a used one, but that's okay. And I'm just playing with some feather stencils in different ways. And see if I can get some fun background papers. I'm using junk mail envelope. I guess it's not junk mail, it says important on it. So it's important mail envelopes. And I haven't done any jelly plate printing in a while. So I'm just experimenting with this for right now. Doing some ghost pulls and some different techniques. Oh, look at that. So you really don't need to buy paper to do jelly printing, because every day we get envelopes in the mail. And I'm just going to clean off the stencil here. These paints I got at AC Moore on a summer sidewalk sale years ago, and they are Liquitex, well, most of them soft body, professional acrylic artist color, and they have ridiculous prices on them. Like this says $10.29, and the sidewalk sale there were $2. And I picked out sort of orangey, yellow. This one says $12.79, on sale $2. Some of them were $1 though. This one was $2. $17.99 for this little tiny bottle of Liquitex. I got it for $2. But you know, if you don't use them, you might as well have not bought them in the first place, right? I think we can use a little bit more on this page. Maybe I'll put some, let's see. Let's put some of this other color on there. This is a raw sienna, transparent it says. I know when I did some jelly plate printing before, I always, I think, put too much paint. And that was a problem. But you don't need a whole lot of paint, you just need to spread it around. And I have my clean off paper over here. Okay, this time I'm going to pull this off. And let's see. I think I'll start the other one. I'm going to do 2 background pages. That's the first pull. What I wanted to add on here, because you know, hold on. You know, if you're doing a page about pizza, you've got to use the pizza box to do some printing. And if you're doing a page about chickens and eggs, you've got to use the egg carton to do some printing. So that's what I'm doing now. And then you can see it's got kind of like a bullseye on the bottom. I wonder if I can just print with the carton. Let's try this. Spread this out a little bit. Clean that off. Make some circles. If you don't have a jelly plate, you can just use your stencils and your egg cartons. I just thought I'd play with the jelly plate since it was gifted to me. Clean it off. Ooh, that's interesting. I think I want to put something dark maybe on top. Something a little darker, a little bit change of color. These are old, but they're new. Look, they're still sealed up. Oops. tell you how long I've had these. I'm going to try and do it the other way around this time. I got to put the paint. And roll it out. That's a pretty color. This is Quinn Burnt Orange. Ooh, I like this color. Okay, now I'm going to put the stencil on. I didn't clean it off. Let's see what happens. Like that. Ooh, ooh, I like it. Me liking the little addition of that color. I think that makes it pop out really nice. I've got the negative and the positive of the feathers. I've got the circles. I've got a few different colors. And I think I'm going to put some of these dark ones in these other places too. Yes, 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 yes. I'm liking all the layers on here. And I'm going to just pull this off. I wonder if this will print. Let's see. Oop. Ooh, that didn't work. Nope. That's okay. We're going to do it again. I think there's a little left down there. Yep, just a little bit. Okay, which way did I go? I went this way. I put this on here. And then I rolled it out. So you got to remember what you did. Isn't this color beautiful? Wow, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. Okay, then I put this on there, but I'm going to go to this side of the stencil. Like that. And let's see. Let's have it going that way. My kitty cat's wondering what I'm doing. I throw painty papers on the floor. She goes over and checks them out. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, that's one done. Ooh, but do I want... What could I do with this? I'm not good at doing messy things. Wow, I like that too. I'm gonna have to clean it. This is a Dollar Tree stencil. It's very thin. I'm gonna have to wash that off in a second. It's getting a little overloaded. I thought I, excuse me. I thought I'd put on some darker circles. Where I'm getting to be a mess. Nothing like painting with your egg carton. Yes. Yep, yep, yep. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make the other page because I'm going to do a double spread. And I have no idea what I did here now, but hopefully it'll come out somewhat similar, but it doesn't matter because it's going to get covered up with other stuff anyway. But this is a lot of fun. Well, my jelly prints are pretty much dry right now, and I'm just cutting them down to size to fit into the journal. And instead of cutting them, I am using my saran wrap, my plastic wrap cover with the metal edge to sort of make the edges kind of rough. And so I'm going to be putting those in the book. But before I do that, I want to work out my composition. Gather up my chicken stuff again. Oh, and before I forget, while I'm moving things around here, all the envelopes that I was using to clean off my brayer and clean off the stencils and clean off the, even to clean off the jelly plate, those were all envelopes, junk mail, or as the envelope said, important information. I cut them up to ATC size. This is one where I was cleaning off the jelly plate. And so if you have papers you don't like, just cut them up into ATC sizes. Or if you just have painty papers, you can do that, and they look kind of interesting when you cut them up. So I'm going to be using these as the background for some ATC cards. Earlier today, look at that one. Earlier today, on this one I left in the envelope lines, and this one has the postage on it. I was watching Linda at Linda's Mixed Up Mess, and she was making some ATCs and some different things with food labels. I have a whole bunch of food labels that I've saved. I like this one with the 3 stripes on it. So in the back too, some of them I did both sides because I clean off the brayer, flip it over, and use the other side. After the first side dried a little bit. Oh, here's another one of those. I really like these. This one's cool too. So these are going to make some fun ATC cards. Look at this one. This is cleaning off the brayer. Isn't that cool? Alright, put these aside for now. The cat is knocking on the door. So let me go let the cat in. I'm playing around with my rotisserie chicken. I love to buy these chickens. They're pre-cooked. And they're really juicy and tasty. And I like to keep one in the fridge and make sandwiches and chicken salad. Much healthier than lunch meat, than processed meat. Just to have some chicken breast. And I'm cutting off the white because I want to see the colors in the background for sure. And this looks like a cute little window, doesn't it? Might have to save that. And I do have some wallpaper. These are kind of big though, but maybe I could cut one out. Oh, there's two different kinds here. Ooh, these guys are handsome, handsome, handsome. Ooh, she's pretty. How about a nice big white hen? I think I'm going to cut her out and maybe use one piece of wallpaper and one of these rotisseries. Mix it up a little bit, and a couple of these pictures. Oh, and I got this guy too. Ooh, I wonder if I can make these guys peek out. Where'd that other thing go? Peek out through there. Now, wouldn't that be funny? Like that. Oh, that's hysterical. All right. That's funny. They fit right there. Hot. Do not tip. All right. Wow. I got some ideas here. Okay. I'm going to spend a couple minutes here cutting out this white one because she's gorgeous. Was she going to fit on the page? Yeah, I think she'll fit on the page. Okay, I think I'm about ready to glue these in. I cut the chicken out of the wallpaper. A picture of a chicken and rooster we had in Cheshire. And I'm going to use one of these little ATC size papers to do some journaling. Inspiration for the page. I like to cut the corners. There, because I rounded the corners on the picture. And I'll do a little journaling there. Okay, and then I'll do the other side. So first I need to put some glue down. And I have all kinds of chicken stories, beginning from when I was 3 years old, or 4. And we lived on a farm, and my father raised a bunch of chicks and turkeys, and it was time to, I think we hatched everything out from eggs, and then we raised them. Then it was time to take them to the slaughterhouse, and you know, you load them up in those little wooden crates and you stack them on the back of the truck. And I was going along, and my brother and we're going down the highway, and the crates fell off the back of the trucks. And when they fell off the back of the truck, they hit the road and they busted open, and the turkeys were running all over the highway. And luckily, some people coming down the highway stopped and helped us get the turkeys back into the crates so that they could meet their destiny down at the slaughterhouse. I don't remember too much about the slaughterhouse except that it didn't smell very good. It looked kind of dirty. And then I had some pet geese. Old Joe was the male, and his 2 wives. Those were the 2 females. And one day, a fox came and chased them away. And he must have gotten the 2 females, because a couple of days later, Old Joe came limping back by himself. I guess he got away. He was the one that got away. But then my dad decided that Old Joe was going to be Sunday dinner. And he was my pet. I didn't mind the other ones going to the slaughterhouse too much, because they weren't pets. But I loved Old Joe and his 2 wives. And my mom cooked them up and put them on the table for Sunday dinner. And she said, I don't remember too much about it, but she told me that I just sat there and cried and wouldn't eat them. Wouldn't eat my pet goose. Okay, now we're going to get this one over here, and I think I'm going to make a tuck from this, and then put a picture of my son with his egg, and I might use one of these ATC size papers for the backing on that. Doesn't look like I cut that very straight, but I guess that's okay. Not known for doing anything very straight. Alright, first things first, let's see, let's glue the paper down here. And then when we lived in Cheshire, like I said, we bought an old 1800 house. I had an old chicken coop, so we got some chickens and a rooster and a duck. And we had some problems because we were right next to the river. And there used to be a mink farm on the other side of the river. And I guess apparently some of the minks had escaped. The mink farm was no longer there because they don't farm the minks anymore, but there were still some minks in the area. I guess they escaped from the mink farm, or maybe they just let them go. I don't know. Anyway, there were minks that lived along the river. A mink is like a weasel, and they would get into the hen house, and that wasn't good, and I won't describe that because some people might not like that. But chickens seem to be food for everything. I want this like this, like this. Not just people, foxes and hawks. A lot of things will go after your chickens for sure. Gotta keep your eye on them. I'm not going to have bling on these pages, but there is iridescent paint. Okay, now this has got to go here. And what was next? My journaling card. And my do not tip. I'll put that at the corner there. Kind of hang it up a little bit. Hang it off. I had chickens in Pennsylvania. And one day I had them loose, but I was standing right there. I was watching them. And they were not 4 or 5 feet away from me. And a hawk came down and tried to get him right where I was standing right there. Of course, he didn't get him, but the fox did get them later on. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac for the pocket, or the tuck, whatever you want to call this. I just need an opening big enough to stick him in there, like that. Okay, I didn't put my card on there. I better get that in there before that dries. The heat index was 102 today. So that's why I decided to stay in and do some painty papers. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut the corners on this one, and I already put glue, so oh well. And then that's got to go up there. We were thinking about getting chickens again. I don't know if we will, though. A lot of work. You have to have somebody to come watch them when you're not home. Did a little bit of journaling. I just put pages were inspired by watching the chickens down the lane in their compost piles scratching away. Of course, these are pictures of chickens I had on Cheshire Street, which was many years ago. 30 something years ago, I'm sure. And Jessie collects the first egg from the Cheshire Street chickens. I glued that on the back. I stuck it in my little tuck here. And I was thinking about putting something here. I want to decorate that. Let me look around a minute. Well, I can pretend that some of these scraps from jelly printing is washi tape. And just glue that on there, like that. And then I think these pages are busy enough. I really did have fun, though, today with the jelly printing. You can make washi tape out of anything, right? Scraps of paper. Okay, we're going to pretend this is holding that down. Like that. Put a little on the top. fingers are full of glue. Okay. There we go. Nice iridescent paint on that. Nice and shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Trim that off. Okay, let's call this done. Should we call this done for now? When I get to the end, I may go back and add a few things to a couple of the pages. But I believe that's it for now. So, happy junk journaling. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye now.